Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. It's really early over there, huh? Sorry.
No, I'm in DC, so we're good. It's 11:45. Where are you at?
Uh, I'm in Hangzhou, a city in China. So it's
So what
11:47,
PM?
11:47 p.m. Yeah.
What is it like? I know that you kind of travel all over the place. Is it weird being in all the different time zones and traveling back and forth into different days?
No, but because the time zone in China, it's all the same, so it's all right. But I'm used to like just traveling, just sleeping in hotels, and I don't know. I don't have a home. I don't have a home. Oh,
That's so sad.
that's so sad. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Well, I obviously want to very much talk about the music, but before that, my whole brain has only been focused on the Olympics the past 2 weeks. And I know that you had been on that track in the first
Yes.
part of your life. So I'm
Yes.
wondering if you are still obsessed with kind of watching, especially fencing, but like any of the Olympics, or if that's just something that is not a part of you anymore.
Well, it's definitely part of me, and of course I love watching the Olympics, especially fencing. And every time when they win, no matter you have that, how all the like the country flags going up like
Mm-hmm.
that always, I'm always I feel like crying every time, when I watch
Yeah,
that. I feel like crying every time. And yeah, and especially, for fencing and the Olympics, they're all my friends. And it's just like seeing my friends compete, and it's very weird, but uh in a good way. I'm like,
yeah,
oh, him and him. Oh God, like in semifinals, he has to verse him. Oh no, like it's funny. Yeah.
that's cool
Yeah.
that you know so many of them still. Do you ever practice it?
No, I barely have
Okay.
time to even watch it. I still haven't watched the Olympics, all the matches in fencing yet. Is it on YouTube? I don't know. Yeah.
I feel like it's all the Olympics are everywhere at this point. It's wild how many ways you could watch it.
Is it on YouTube or not? What? I have no
I
idea.
would think so. Or, I mean, I don't know how all the streaming services work, but we have Peacock. So a lot of it is you can watch on Peacock, which,
Nice. Yeah, I'll find out. Yeah. Yeah.
um, and I was also wondering too, if how your parents felt when you gave up to that. I feel like a lot of people, when they're athletes, their parents want them to give up the sport and go for something else.
At first they disagreed. They denied. They weren't supporting, and of course, as a parent, they want their children to have education. They want their children to have education, especially if you're like uh and a professional athlete, and uh you're going to participate in the upcoming Olympics, right? It's just another level. So my parents were really they strongly disagreed. But then at the end, after a million times of me trying to convince and tell them this is what I really want in my life, or else I'll regret. And yeah, they agreed. They were supportive at last, so it's all good. Yeah.
I mean, having two Olympic parents, right? Both of them were in the Olympics. Like that's a lot of pressure. I feel like.
My dad was in the Olympics. My mom, yeah, I think she was too. Yeah. And yeah. And then
Amazing.
they were both like world class athletes. And then yeah, they just feel like it's such an honor to be in Olympics. Why would you? Are you stupid? Right? And are you stupid? And I'm like, yeah, maybe I am.
Well, you weren't, because obviously you're super successful in so many different areas of life. What was the first thing you did to ensure that you're going to make some dreams come true with singing?
I don't know. I at first I just liked it, and I liked it. I believed in it. I have passion in it, and if I have passion on one thing, on certain things, I tend to go till the end. Yeah, try to never let it go, and try my best every single time whenever I have a shot, any opportunities. Yeah, I think that a part of it is also, the way I grew up in a sport, a family full of athletes. I think it's just the way that how my parents raised me.
Yeah, I was also a gymnast, so we've been talking how like
My
I
mom
was
was a gymnast. My mom was a gymnast.
right, and that's why I say I feel like I'm gonna raise my kids the way
Right,
I was coached, which is like very hardcore and very
right.
goal oriented. So I feel
And
like
the
that's
thing,
what you have
yeah,
instilled in you.
the thing about, like, when you have, and they were all head coach, head director, head coach of uh Team Hong Kong, and my dad was the head coach of the national team China too. And having like coaches as your parents, sometimes it's just not just on sport, it's just anything daily life, like you wake up, the way that you woke up today wasn't right, and then, being critical to me, and the way you eat, hey, you're not saying you're thankful before you eat, you should eat like after your parents, the way that you talk to people, like just anything, every single thing in your daily life, they're always critical. That's the life of growing up if you have coaches or even teachers as your parent, and so I'm always insecure, like, oh shit, is there anything wrong with me doing this, the way I sit, I couldn't be free before 18.
Yeah, I totally get it. And it's like you also, I think there's obviously so many great aspects to that. Again, you're so goal oriented, you're achieving so many things and you're not giving up. But then it's also like, if I don't know if you're the same way, if I don't have someone coaching me or critiquing me or telling me how to do better, then I'm freaking out.
Yeah, too. Right. But I think there are pros and cons. They're good side and bad side. The good side is you get to understand a lot of stuff, strategic way, while growing up.
Mhm.
Let's say for fencing, my dad. Oh, I was a gymnast too when I was 7 till
Oh,
10.
nice.
And then, how they have to stretch you on a bench, like crazy stretching, your toes needs to be like freaking flat, and like even like this, I was like, hey mom, that's not how my feet works, that's not this is just not it. How can you, I'm gonna crack my bone. Right? And there's you have to do it, if you want to do it, you have to be the best, you have to at least aim for the best. And that I have a lot of like knowledge injected to me as a child on certain things. Oh, this is the common sense of, oh, this is good on what's bad, what should be done, what should not be done. A lot of information. So I think that's the good side. But the bad side is I maybe, in gymnastic, I need to crack my bones and go through all these tough trainings, or yeah, the loop of
Yeah.
yeah.
So now though, having those parents who were kind of always helping you out or coaching you or whatever, but now you have your own company, you're directing your own music videos. Do you still look for someone to kind of tell you if you're doing it right? Or are you confident and you're like, no, I know that my vision is coming to life and this is going to be great?
Well, majority of the time, I know what I'm doing in terms of like the creative and the designs and the whole, like I'm the main brain, I would say, but I always trust on team play. You can only reach a certain limit as an individual, I believe. And I think I'm a very team player. You can't always be right, as a human being. So I tend to listen to more different opinions, suggest suggestions, but I make the final decision.
Yeah. And so the drive you home video, I love the kind of going backwards. Sometimes you're actually going backwards. I love the surprise even at the end. Did you have that whole concept of the video while you were making the song too, or was that kind of an after
Oh,
or second thought?
it's after making the song. after making the song this time. And this time I teamed up with one of my very good friend, James, and then and the 88 team, and then to to come up with this idea on how to execute a cinematic treatment, you know. And it was tough, especially when, you know, the pandemic is still going on a lot of different places, you know, there's restriction, you know, and we were really running short on time and for preparation. It was tough, you know. It was like a miracle that how we can, you know, pull everything uh to accomplish this, you know.
I can't imagine that you take it lightly if you have a vision and someone tells you it's not going to be easy or even possible to do.
All the time, all the time. I always say like this, and it's like, unfortunately, Jackson, we couldn't do. Unfortunately, Jackson, oh Jackson, I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh Jackson, because of this, because of that. Sometimes I argue, you know. Sometimes I'm just like, just get it done. Come on, like, why you can find a million excuses, but you just need one. Just do it, right? But sometimes I get it, you know. It's logic, you know. It's common sense. Oh, I'm convinced, you know, oh, let's change to plan B.
Mm-hmm.
There are, even in, not just in entertainment industry, in any industry, I bet, in any company, I bet it's like that, you know. So it's a very common thing.
Yeah. What is the next goal that you are trying to accomplish in life?
Um, I'm trying to a lot of things. I'm just trying to be creative and try to do things that makes me excited and something that I would want to see in this market and even in this industry. Just trying to create fresh stuff, and also like, you know, as in you know, as a Chinese, as an Asian myself, I'm trying to like maybe create some more stuff that can, you know, hopefully influence the next generation in globally, to share with them my experience. Hey, this is how I did it in the past. It might not be successful, it might not be what, but at least, you know, it's an example that maybe you could refer to, you know. So just believe in yourself.
And I've seen you do a lot of interviews and even social media posts of like really encouraging people to just make things happen. And I love that kind of energy out in the world. So thank you for putting it out there.
I believe that sometimes I really think if you want something, just do it.
Mhm.
Who's 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 blocking you? Like, who's stopping you from doing it, right? Who's stopping you? There's no one stopping you. You're at the end of the day, you're not letting yourself do it, right? In a lot of situations. But I know it's like, if you talk about something that's too ridiculous, oh shit, I want to go to the moon. Like, hey, it's not gonna happen until if you're like, if you team up with like SpaceX, maybe. But you
Yeah.
know, there are ways, you know. But at the end, just take the risk. You know, sometimes a lot of people think it's too risky to do this. At the end of the day, on Earth, in life, you can't have everything. So just pick what you want and just go, be focus, and just go that direction uh, to your limit.
I love it. I'm excited to see what else you keep pushing and what else you keep creating. One final question about specifically Drive You Home. What does this song mean to you? Why did you create it?
I created with internet money, and of course a lot of their DNA is in it, and they inspired me a lot. And the whole concept and everything, 88 and me, Team Wang, we did it together. So I think this time this release is very a like a team product that we created together. And yeah, the meaning behind this song is just yeah, who's going to drive you home if we're not there, you know, who, if you're not there anymore. And yeah, simple as that.
Yeah,
And
I love it.
be able to cherish people and make the right decision every time. Don't be too think twice, you know, sometimes.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much for spending some time and chatting with me. It was fun to kind of, I just love talking to people who are motivated and driven and making things happen. So cool to hear
Hey,
about your backstory too.
I think me and you, we have like an inside joke. If I pull up this gesture, I think only me and you would know.
Yep.
You know it.
There you go.
You
And
know it.
super serious.
Super serious face, no emotions.
Yep.
See, everyone in the chat right now, they don't know what we're talking about.
Nope. All right. Well, have a great rest of your night, I guess. And hopefully we will see you in real life at some point.
Yes. I hope the pandemic is over soon, once everything is calm, so we can get back on the road to travel around the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Got a roller coaster out here, but hopefully it starts flatlining soon.
Right.
All right. Good to talk to you. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.